Are you ready to take your video content to the next level? Picture-in-picture video, freehand drawing on your screen, and making sure your students stay engaged. Let me show you how mmhmm makes this a breeze. In my previous video, I introduced how mmhmm allows you to create professional-looking videos without the need for extensive editing software. From trimming and reordering clips to seamlessly adding new ones, mmhmm's intuitive drag-and-drop interface simplifies the entire process. Today, I want to delve deeper into 3 key features that will elevate your videos even further. Let's begin with picture-in-picture video. With mmhmm, you can capture multiple cameras simultaneously. Click the 3 dots to get more options, add a camera. From there, you can choose what camera you would like to select. So I'm recording with my main camera, my FaceTime camera, but I also have a web camera set up that I can do an overhead shot. Let's pick that one. And now you can see that I have my webcam here and my main camera in the background. And so I can move this around so that I can have both things in the shot if I would like. So say that you want to do some reading, you want to be doing a demonstration on the table, or even you could have the webcam set up to do a simulation of some sort. You can have both things going on at the same time. If you need it to go full screen to take the attention there, we can do that. And then we can pop it back down so we can easily have 2 cameras going at once with mmhmm. Now this can be content that you're presenting live or recorded content depending on how you want to use mmhmm. Again, what you can do here is you can easily resize however you want, and you even have the ability to crop the second camera if you would like, all in mmhmm. By simply clicking on the slide down here, it toggles that on and off, or I can have that enabled and then just move to my next slide, where my next slide is video only. You can see that I don't have the second screen there, and so you can kind of set these up in advance. That same picture-in-picture effect can be applied to screen sharing too. So instead of going here and adding a camera, instead you just click right here to do a screen share. You would choose the screen that you want to share, and boom, then I have my screen share going on that again I can do with that over-the-shoulder look. I can resize it however I need it. Again, I can even crop that screen share if you need to be able to do that, and I can take it full screen and back down to just over the shoulder as I please. While we're here, let me go ahead and make this a little bit larger. You can also adjust how you appear on screen. So if I go ahead and enable this background, and let's go ahead and instead of putting media on top, let's put myself on top. And you can see there that I can change from being full in frame. I can have my natural background or swap it out with just a little color, which would work really nicely there. I can also change to just a circle crop, or I can even do that silhouette crop, which is kind of like a background removal so that I could just appear maybe in the corner and I could point certain things out on the screen. I can also adjust my size just like that, bigger and smaller, and I can even fade myself in and out if I would like. When we talk about the silhouette mode, I actually do not have a green screen in my background. It does that for me. If you do have a green screen, you can get a little bit better of an effect, a little bit less grainy than maybe what you see with me, but I think this effect is super good even without a green screen. But if you do have a green screen, you can go down here to the camera settings, tell it I have a green screen, and then you might get that enhanced quality that I'm talking about. But this video is focused on simplicity, and assuming you don't have an elaborate setup, I just want to show you what's possible with the right tools in your hand, and you don't even need any fancy equipment to make it possible. Now, I have this scene set up. Let's go back to me being full screen. All I have to do there is click to the next scene that I had set up here. Speaking of simplicity, mmhmm allows you to add text directly to your recorded slide with this text tool right here. This is a fantastic way to call attention to key points. The on-screen text provides a cue to take note of what you've highlighted. I like to think about these text callouts like margin notes in a textbook. Don't use them too much because they'll get distracted distracting, but when placed well, they'll guide your viewers' focus to prioritize what's most important. Next up, I want to talk about one of my favorite things, drawing on the screen. If you know me, you know I'm always looking for a drawing feature, and mmhmm has one built in. So again, let's go back to this more, and if you choose draw, it will open up a very simple whiteboard with multiple pen tools here for you to choose from. You have the option to move this board around. Again, I can resize it if I want that over the shoulder look, or we could make it take up the whole screen depending on what you want. So again, this is the move to move the board around. Then we have a marker option, which is a thicker pen. We have a ballpoint pen, which is obviously a thinner pen. I usually use the marker. Then you can choose whatever pen color you want, and you can keep swapping between pen colors. Now, there is not a dedicated eraser, but when I want an eraser, I just will use the white, and then you can kind of erase out whatever you don't want. So you can use the white to mimic the eraser tool, and you can also clear the entire board. If I make that smaller, you can actually add multiple boards if you have the need. So say that you want to do maybe a algebraic solution on one board and you want a graphical solution on another board, that would be a really easy way to do that. If you're wondering how I'm writing, I'm actually using a Wacom tablet right here. So this is the Wacom 13 Touch. And you've heard me talk about this many times before. I have a full review of how I use this. This is the way that I make all of my video lessons and so much more. Again, I'm using the Wacom 113, and that is the display style tablet. They also have a Wacom 112, which is also a display style. It's slightly smaller and more affordable. If you're looking for a slate style tablet, which comes in at a much more affordable price point and also actually offers Bluetooth connectivity, then look into the Wacom One pen tablets as opposed to the pen displays. They have a small and a medium size pen tablet to choose from, all in the Wacom One line, which is what I would recommend. By the way, I want to point out to you that everything you've seen me do in this video has been done in mmhmm alone. From the picture-in-picture to the multiple camera views, mmhmm empowers you to produce professional quality content with ease. While I've done some post-production editing to take out pauses and clean up some mistakes that I've made, everything else has been accomplished in mmhmm alone. I think that's pretty rad. Last thing, let's talk about embedding engagement into your videos. So for this, I'm going to lean into another tool to app smash with mmhmm. I know many of you watching use Edpuzzle to embed quiz questions into the videos you administer to your students. Since mmhmm gives you the option to export your recorded videos as an MP4, you can seamlessly import that into Edpuzzle to create interactive video lessons for your students. I don't want to go into a whole tutorial on using Edpuzzle, but if you're new to the platform, I have a ton of Edpuzzle tutorials on my YouTube channel, and the Edpuzzle team also has fantastic help articles and videos. But I just want to point this out as an added layer of what you can do when you record. So the last video that I made about mmhmm was all about recording, but I'll go back to one of my videos that I have here, and you'll see here that any published video, I can download the video file. And when I do that, that actually downloads as an MP4. Then I can go over to Edpuzzle. I can just import my content, and then I can add the quiz questions as I normally would, share it with students that way so that I can monitor and also provide more engagement within the video. Finally, don't forget, when we create an mmhmm, we have the ability to easily tweak and adjust examples from year to year or even block to block if needed. If you didn't catch my last video where I focused on creating polished videos without an editor using mmhmm, check that out to learn how easy that process is. And with that, I think I've come full circle. By leveraging mmhmm's features, you can create dynamic and engaging videos that captivate your audience. If you're ready to get started, use the link I've shared to try mmhmm for free. And for educators, you can get a year-long free license if you like what you see. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Happy creating, and bye for now.